You're welcome aboard, guys, on another episode of AT&T 360 Radio. And my name is Rahim. It hasn't changed. When it comes to AT&T 360 Radio, what comes to mind is aviation, travel, and tourism. Where we give you the heads up on what is next when it comes to aviation, travels, and tourism. All right, like I said, my name is Rahim, as usual. I've got my homeboy right here with me, Efe. Efe, what's going on? They like to call himself the man.
I'm good. You know, they still call me MGV, the man with the golden voice, and I'm so excited and elated to be here as well.
All right, we have a guest on this episode, Jeff. For all those Japaaaa enthusiasts that want to know exactly what to do when it comes to, the latest, the illest thing happening in Nigeria or probably Africa at the moment, which is the Japaaaa thing. I think you should definitely stay tuned to this one. All right, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll let the cat out of the bag. AT&T 360, be right back. You're welcome back, and we've got a lady in the building who is going to be putting us up to speed and telling us the next thing that you need to do when it comes to travels in Nigeria. It's all about AT&T 360 TV, where we handle aviation, travels, and tourism. So on this one, we're locking it down on travels. You're welcome aboard, my sister. How you doing?
I'm fine.
I didn't want to say your name again, so I don't get to pay fine. If I said it one way, you'd probably fine me for I don't know how much, but I don't pay like that, man. I don't pay like that. So can you tell us your name or what you're into?
Okay, my name is Japaaaa, and I'm into travels.
You're welcome aboard.
Thank
All right, travels. A lot of people see travel as the next thing for them to just jackpot for a better life, probably migrating or probably temporary residence in some country, try to get things done. But for the fact that Nigeria has, let's just call it a bad record, give a dog a bad name. Nigeria is not really bad as far as I'm concerned, but, people actually want to see us like that because we are big, we are massive, we have capacity, so we threaten the rest of the world. All right, when it comes to traveling, let's start with the immigration thing, because I think that is the best thing that, for all these young guys that want to, step out there. Where should one start from? What should one look at when we're starting? Okay, this is the first move I make when I want to endeavor on traveling abroad for immigration purposes now. Because we're also going to go to schools and tourism.
Okay, well, first you check out for countries you like to travel to, because those are the mistakes most people make. They just want availability of any country to travel to, and regardless of the atmosphere, the weather, or the currencies, or the stress of whatever they might be facing.
Government policies in the country and all that.
So first of all, you check out for the countries of your choice that you would like to go to.
Okay.
And after that, you come back to your own self to see if you can.
Okay, let's say I want to go to South Korea now. How is that possible?
Okay, good.
Can I migrate to South Korea? Do you know?
Yes, you can. Korea? Yes, you can. But when it comes to South Korea, I advise more for students. It's much better when you're going there for the study and work per se.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's much better if you're going with that route.
Okay.
But not like you're going there for the work permits. It's somehow trickish.
Okay.
Because you might not be able to blend into the kind of jobs and time and working paroles that they might be given to you.
Okay.
So the best thing for South Korea, I prefer the study and work route.
Okay. Let's say we have decided where we want to go. Let's say I've made up my mind and I'm going to Finland to study. Stick somewhere from Europe now, Scandinavia, Finland. Yeah. What are the things? What is the first step for me to take?
The first step is get a list of schools.
We know we're starting with the immigration thing.
Yes.
Can we actually immigrate to Finland? Say we're immigrating
to
Finland?
You can. And I'm even glad you're making mention of country of your choice.
Yes.
Now, if it's Finland, for me, I prefer work.
Okay.
So now, but if you're going through the study route, then there's a whole lot you should be ready for.
Okay.
And you should be ready for their change of weather,
language.
But when it comes to study, get your list of school first. It's very important.
Okay.
And once you have your list of school, anything about Japaaaa has to come back to your pocket.
Exactly.
So are you ready for the fees? Not like you're going in and you're
all loaded up.
So that's it.
So the first thing to do is determine the country. We have chosen Finland. Now we are migrating to Finland now. What should we consider? What is the next thing to do? I've made up my mind. I'm migrating to Finland. I want to be part of,
I'm sure you have your passport already.
Okay, fine. I think the
Yes.
first thing we get is an international passport.
Yes,
Okay.
very important.
Okay.
And most people don't see the importance of yellow cards.
Yellow card vaccination.
Yes, it's very important
Next
too.
Okay.
Then have a brief study. We lack knowledge.
Okay.
We don't want to know about other countries. That's where tourism come in. They don't want to know about other countries. They just want to focus on this particular place I'm going to. So even if you have a place you're going to, at least have a little knowledge of where or what is going on around that place.
That's why we have you in the building. That's why we have you today. So I'm going to Finland now, probably for permanent residence. You understand? So I have my passport, I have my green card, I have selected the country I want to go to. So what's the next thing for me as an individual planning on Japaaaa?
Okay, so after that, the other important documents are, first off is your statement of accounts.
Your statement of account.
Yes, it's very important because nowadays it's very hard to get a genuine proof of fund out there other than your own.
Okay.
So when you're going out there to get your proof of fund, it's falls back to them when any shit
What
happens.
is proof of funds?
That is
For people that don't understand the term.
okay.
I think it's all POF, right?
Yes.
POF, proof of funds.
So it's a proof of your financial status here in your own country.
Okay.
Like especially for those that are working, it gives a proof that you have a strong ground in your present country, and there's something that is coming in to give you a background for your financial expense and all of that
During your stay
in your own country
in your own
now.
country.
So now it's not a proof when you're applying to another country that you are capable of at least
Taking care of yourself.
taking care of
for
yourself
the length of your
at
stay.
least, exactly.
the
So
length
that's
of
where
your
it
stay.
falls into.
Okay.
So
When
those
you
are
proof
the
of
things
funds.
people don't want to.
Okay.
In fact, when you meet some of them, they'll be like, just get it done for me, But they forget that there are a whole lot of things attached to it, like your NIN, your BVN, and
I
especially
need
if
all
you
that
fall
for
into the
travels.
scammers. Yes,
I need all. Okay. Really?
yes. Right now, back then for international passports, we don't use NIN. In fact, NIN was not even in
Yes,
existence.
Exactly.
Our voters cards were not in existence. But right now, without your NIN, you can't do anything. For NIN covers a whole lot of. NIN is not the boss.
Wow.
For
You mentioned something now. Let's not before we go. You were saying something about your proof of funds POF that
Yes.
you need to have money in it. So
Yes.
for me to you don't want to dive into specifics here. I just
Okay.
want to be maybe on another episode we'll go deeper into.
Yes.
So let's just be
But it
on
varies.
yes, let's just be let's just stay
On the
afloat for
level.
now, on that level. So we're going to Finland, like I said. We need a yellow card, we need a bank statement, we need an international passport, we need to know about the country
Yeah.
and all that. Then, what do they need to, submit as application to the embassy? Let's not forget that we are going for immigration, purposes.
Okay. Well, if it's for single, it's a bit easier.
Okay.
But when you're married, it's easy if you're in a
Legitimate
you have-
marriage, yeah.
Exactly, and you have your marriage certificates and all of that.
Okay.
So, but even the singles still do those dirty shits of getting the other way around documents. So first of the documents that needs to be brought out or submitted is your for the singles, you get your police character, your filled in form.
Okay.
You might have filled it from the online set or from a trusted agent.
Okay.
Trusted travel
Like yours truly?
agent. A trusted travel agent to help with the informations. It depends on the category you're traveling with. And once you have that, then gets you the normal intro of what you're going in for.
Okay.
So once you have that, those are the kind of documents you submit.
You submit.
So the most important one is your school stuffs. That's whatever level you might have been in. Your school stuff. If you're married, your marriage certificates, pictures for proof, family picture, children with the family.
All right, that is if you are a family.
That's
person.
why I said.
Yeah. All right,
can't hide that,
all right, ladies and gentlemen. If you are enjoying the program already, don't forget it's AT&T 360 Radio, where we tell you all about aviation travels and tours. We give you the heads up and what's next to do when it comes to this episode, particularly is the Japaaaa thing. We'll go for a short break, and when we come back, I've got Efe firing all the questions. We'll be right back.
that I would love to travel to Ibiza, Spain for my summer because I love the area. Like the Europe is a welcoming area and place, and people have said many things about that place, and I've seen many pictures, like fine pictures or videos about the place. So I would like to just go and explore for myself to get first-hand experience about Ibiza.
All right, you welcome back, all my Japaaaa people. It's AT&T 360 Radio. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. It's AT&T 360 Radio, where we handle aviation, travels, and tourism. We give you heads up and what's next. Well, if you want to Japaaaa, if you want to go to the airport, wherever you are, travel, tourism, it's all about this. If we were somewhere before we went for the break.
Exactly. I wanted to ask you a question based on visas. At least before you travel out, you need to get a visa for that country, right? Okay. So what are the rudiments? So what do you have to do to get your visas? And then what advice will you give people when they go for visas in visa interviews?
First off, you have to be confident of where you're going to. Most of them don't involve or they lack knowledge of where they're going to, like I once said.
Okay.
And if it's hard for them to even have a little idea of where they're going to, it's like a zero for those that's going to interview them. That's for countries that do interview. Like I remember I had to escort a client for his interview. That's for Canada. I know they don't really ask too much questions, just tell you submit, thumbprint and all that. But it was chewing gum.
Whoa.
And that alone even made him to have a little limp. He already had a shake. Like, they already told me to remove my gum from my mouth. I was like, hope you didn't even have a little fear. Once they see you're scared, or they might just come up with any silly questions. Is your mom alive? So imagine you're thinking if your mom is alive. So you just have to be very confident when you're going for your interview, regardless of lack of information. Be confident of yourself first. They want to look out for it because they believe that we Nigerians, we are black ass confident people. So they want to use that on us. Like the Englishman would say, they only attack you with what you know, not with what you don't know. So already know you are confident. Just give you an hint. Do you smoke?
Yes, I do.
So even you've been asked that question, you might even get upset.
Yeah.
They're trying to trigger your kind of emotions or thereabouts. So imagine you go like, what kind of question is that? They won't even say much. They're like, okay. They already know what they want to do. So be confident, be open-minded, and be ready to learn new stuff too. Because at that point in time, they might even ask you, do you want to stay? Why don't you want to stay? Why do you want to stay for 3 months? Or why do you want to stay for, silly stuff? Be ready to learn, listen, and be confident about yourself. So now for the documents that you will need when you're applying for these visas.
Which is what we were talking about.
Yes. So, if it's for students or whatever process you're going for, make sure you have the adequate documents you're going for anyway.
Okay.
And like I said, we've already talked about the passports, the POF, that's proof of funds, then the offer letters, wherever you're going to, or the invitation letter if you're going to visit, that's tourism or visitation, you must have your letters on ground. And if you're going for medical, you must have your medical letter from here in Nigeria, writing to the preferred country you're going to that same hospital, because by then you already have a breakdown of the hospital you want to go visit or go for your medicals. So you already have a medical practitioner's here that's written to them. So you must have that letter on ground. Then your police reports, depends on the country too. You must have your police report on that too on ground. So there are a lot of documents, and it depends on the country, because every country has its own processes and documents required.
Okay, when you talk about police report, it tells us if that person is a criminal or not.
Yes, no.
If he has any issue with the police, it cannot fly. Is that what you're trying to say?
I usually advise people, when you go for stuffs like that, or you have an issue with police or thereabouts, make sure before you're leaving the station, you clear up your name. Make sure that it's well settled and you don't have any bad record with them. So even when you answer for the police report thereabouts, I don't think anything will hinder you.
Okay, I need to ask you this question as well. By the time you sort out your clients and all that, and by the time everything becomes successful and they travel out and they are over there, are you going to say bye bye yo, we are done, no, we're not going to check on you guys again, or you still, that feedback, are you guys still okay? Can we still help in some areas like the rent, like the all that? So just share more light on that.
We do that. That's where evil referrals come in, because especially when they're enjoying their lives there now, and maybe some of them they left their family behind, they will always want us to maybe assist them, maybe financially. Some of them don't do the straight transaction. They do it throughout to us, because sometimes we have our insiders over there.
Okay.
So even when you're going to some countries that you're not yet sure of how your stay may be, we can assist you with our relatives out there. Let me use that word, relatives out there that can still assist you with maybe accommodations and all of that. Okay. So that point is saying, even when you want to send back some financial help to your families here, you might want to go through us to get to them. And also when it comes to jobs and all of that, it might be easier for us to have the first hint of jobs availability over there, and always say, okay, you can go to so place for interviews, tell them it's from so person or so agent that is getting, like, I have my own hands on deck more on caregiver stuff. Okay. So there are some hospitals, homes you can work with in Canada, Australia, and thereabouts. So we give you hints of, okay, you can go to this so place, they're expecting you. And so we help, regardless of the fact that you've traveled, we don't just forget you, because we too want to eat.
Wow, how touchy, that's very good.
So we're looking at, let's take it back a little bit to where we're coming from. Okay. We're looking at the proof of funds thing. I had a little thing, people mention things like, because this thing is really is serious business. Sure. Shouldn't play about it. It's very, very serious. People lose a lot of money. People lose millions every year. Sure. And this program set up here is tuned to help people, save their money and put it to the best use. Sure. So now, looking at the proof of funds thing we were talking about earlier on, can I just okay, I have an uncle that's a billionaire. Can't he just put a few millions for me there, then I present it? Does that work? Does it work like that?
Okay, yeah, it works. Or
will it get rejected?
Okay,
this money is just there, bam, 20 million just there.
Okay, now it works. So now lack of wisdom gives failure a lot. Exactly. So now it works, but it has an amount that has to be there. Imagine you're applying for any of the Schengen countries, and their minimum is about 10 million or 20 million thereabouts, and you're asking your uncle to give you or fix the money into your account for 20 million.
Okay, fine. Let's say it's 10 million. Let's say it's 10 million.
In the space of 6 months, thereabouts.
Okay, it has to be spaced.
No, that's it.
That's where I'm going, because can you just
you can.
Untouched.
Yes, untouched.
Okay.
Until
that works.
Until maybe I advise people until a week after departure. Because we are smart, they are smarter than us. That is one thing Nigerians don't want to get. They feel we are smarter than them. But no, when you're thinking in 11, they're thinking in triple 11s. So before you're thinking, once I want to Japaaaa, I'll return your money. Or once I leave the embassy, I'll return your money. Hello. After even returning the money, after they give you the visa, they are waiting for you at the airport. Whoa. Because they know what's up. Especially if they've already done their diggings. On who
investigations,
that money came from, because they are saying it's an account. Who owns this account, and how is money coming in? And these are things they don't come into public for us to know, but this is what happens. So they want to know. That's why they say proof of funds. You have people that don't do business, but they have a business account.
For let's take it away from that. For someone going on tourism now, going to somewhere, Europe or something, how much should be, you were talking about the bank POF for, that was like immigration or something in Europe. Okay, last time I'm going to the US now, or Canada. Like, how much do you think is appropriate to apply with?
Well, first off, if you're a business person, Canada, if you're a business person, they have this belief that you can't just come to our country to waste your money.
Like, what's the minimum you can have that you are?
So at least, if it's too small, at least 15,000
naira.
15 million. No, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything less than 10 million now, safe for proof of funds. Yes, I don't think there's anything less than for a single person other than family.
So if it's a family, how much?
As a family, you must have at least 75 or 50. The travel log of before is not like now. Back then, they don't request for proof of funds. There's nothing like proof of funds. There's nothing like attestation from parents that you going to school or
Yes.
thereabouts, or a single father traveling with his daughter, there should be a letter from the mother that I'm allowing the father to travel with my daughter. Now, it's not like that before. So a lot of things have changed. And if it's that you're going for tourism per se, and you're not the one feeding or taking care of yourself, whosoever is sponsoring you, the statement of account has to come from that person, not even from you.
Will they allow a 19, 20, 21-year-old to go on tourism as a Nigerian?
Yes, it's possible.
Embassies alone,
Yes,
traveling alone?
yes, it's possible.
But I
And
think that's it. I think
it's possible.
Red flag?
No, it's possible.
Japaaaa?
No, it is.
Okay.
Because even from the airline, even while we book our tickets on any of the GDSs, you can request for assistance on the GDSs. There's a code you press in for an assistant on the GDSs, or even the airline, you can call them. That an infant or a child, or a child not up to an adult, or an adult just leaving a child age, needs a backup or an assistant or an escort. They make it available. But going
interesting.
Yes.
That is one of the ways, like
yes, I had this
a young
woman,
person.
She had this children holiday break.
So what you're saying is, most likely, if I'm applying alone as an 18-year-old, I might not get the tourism. But if I'm going as an escort to an elderly person, it's it's like a 90% chances now.
Yes,
going
yes.
high.
And even if as an 18-year-old traveling alone,
first time traveler,
money do the talks,
Yeah.
So
money do the talking.
So it's possible.
All right. For any last words before we wrap it up?
There's this husband-wife syndrome, like marriage, where probably the man is over there and the wife is just here, and the wife wants to meet with the husband. I tend to see some difficulties and challenges in that. So can you just share us briefly what one can do to, meet their husbands on time? The wives are always partying nowadays,
Well, from my own instances though, because I've had these couples, and I think the wife she was really ready to move with the kids.
Okay.
But the husband said they have to go
as a family.
But him himself, he said, even if he wants to go alone, the wife will not allow him. I was not trying to, place it on the table.
Okay.
How come your husband can allow only you to go with the kids or with him, but cannot allow only him to go alone? Say, no, men cannot be trusted and thereabouts. But to my surprise, I met couples that even when the husband allowed the wife to travel, they left, fresh couples, no babies yet and all of that. And she was over there. The man tried for almost 5 years, US precisely, and it was failing and failing. And they had to make babies. So the thing is that I advise people, when you're not ready for something, don't taste it. I keep saying it.
All right, if you are not ready for something, don't taste it. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up on this one, love. But you know what? What guys out there, what we're going to do is we're going to bring her back.
Okay.
On the next episode, where we're going to open the forms. You have to fill an online form, sometimes a physical form. So we take you through
things
step
you can do yourself.
by step.
Yes.
How easy it is, because this form filling is, it's a big challenge to some people. But they are basically simple questions that
you can
if you're not smart enough, you won't go around it. So that's it from me. We're wrapping up on this one, F.A.
Yes, it's a good one.
Beautiful lady.
Yes, it's nice seeing you, and thank you so much for carrying us through the process of traveling.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you very much for enlightening us. Don't worry, next time you're going to give us, we go deeper inside. So this was just floating around, but next episode we're going to go deep into traveling. And maybe we'll just get the FA visa to maybe like Kampala.
No, God forbid. We think Kampala. South Korea.
Perfect. We'll get a visa to South Korea. All right, guys, we wrap it up on this one. We'll see you next time on AT&T 360 TV. Peace out.